Watch the Wi-Fi icon in the corner. Off. This Mac is now completely cut off from the internet. No signal in, no signal out. Now, watch what happens when I ask it about a blood test. It's answering, streaming, thinking, explaining, with the internet dead. Everything you are seeing is happening inside this laptop. No account, no server, no $20 a month. And here is the part nobody tells you. Installing this is easier than installing Spotify. By the end of this video, this exact thing will be running on your Mac. A private AI that answers the questions you would never type into a website. You will not touch the terminal. You will not create an account. You will not pay anyone anything. I will show you every single click in real time, no cuts where it matters. And because I spent last week testing 7 of these models on contracts, lab results, and money problems, you will also know exactly which one to install for your amount of memory and the 2 switches that guarantee nothing ever leaves your machine. If you can drag a file into a folder, you are qualified. Quick truth. If you tried this a year ago, you hit a wall of terminal commands. And if you watched my earlier local AI videos, you saw me type those commands. That era quietly ended. Ollama, the free app that runs these models, now ships as a normal Mac app. A real chat window. A menu where you pick a brain. That is the entire interface. And the second thing that changed. Last week, I ranked 7 free local models on private everyday work. A contract with planted traps. Real-looking lab numbers. A money question with a booby trap. One model walked out with a perfect score. 22 out of 22. Google's Gemma 4. That video answered which model? This one answers how click by click on a stopwatch. Step 1. Go to ollama.com. One button. Download for macOS, click it. The whole app is 175 megabytes, smaller than most phone games. On my connection, it landed in about 5 seconds. Open the file, and you get the most familiar screen in Mac history. Drag the llama into the applications folder. That drag is the entire installation. Now open it. Your Mac will ask once if you are sure, because it came from the internet and not the App Store. That warning is normal. Click Open. One honest heads up. Your Mac may also ask for your password once to install Ollama's optional terminal piece. That is your Mac asking, not Ollama's servers. And the chat app works fine, even if you hit cancel. Now here is what you will not see. No installer wizard, no create an account screen, no credit card. It opens straight into an empty chat window. You are halfway done, and the stopwatch says about 90 seconds. Step 2. The app is asking you to pick a model. And this is the only decision that matters today. So let me make it simple. A model is one file. The entire intelligence, everything it knows, every language it speaks, frozen into one file that lives on your disk. Click the model menu and type Gemma 4. The one you want has 12B next to it. 12 billion parameters, just under 7 gigabytes of brain in one file. Why this one and not everything else in that list? Because I tested them. On a contract with 4 planted traps, Gemma found all 4 and raised 0 false alarms. On lab results, it caught every real problem and invented nothing. On money, it did the math right and refused the tempting wrong answer. 22 points out of 22. And it is small enough to live comfortably in a 16 gigabyte Mac. Select it, send your first message, and the download begins. 6.9 gigabytes. On my internet, that took about 3.5 minutes. Go make coffee. And while that bar fills, understand what you are actually downloading, because this is the magic trick. That file is the intelligence, not a login to intelligence somewhere else. A frozen snapshot of a trained brain made by Google, released free, that will never phone home, never update itself behind your back, and never send a word of your conversations anywhere. When the bar finishes, you own it. The bar just finished. Ask it something. Anything. Look at that speed. In my tests, this model writes at 27 tokens a second, comfortably faster than you can read. And feel free to close the app and reopen it. From now on, it starts instantly because there is nothing left to download. The brain lives on your disk now. One honest note. The first answer after you open the app takes a few extra seconds because the model is loading into memory. Every answer after that is immediate. That is not a bug. That is the sound of 8 gigabytes of intelligence waking up. quick pause. A private AI installed in one coffee. That is what every video here does. Member on YouTube, subscriber on Facebook. Now, the fine print. Because here is the fine print nobody reads. The app can reach the cloud if you invite it to. There are big cloud models in that picker and a web search feature, and both of them need an account and an internet connection. You do not want them, and turning them off takes one switch. Open settings, find, enable cloud models and web search. Switch it off, done. This is the switch that turns private from a feeling into a fact. And notice the pattern in that menu. Cloud models require an account. Your local model never asked for one. That is the whole philosophy in one screen. While you are here, two more useful things. Context length. That is the model's attention span. If you plan to paste long contracts, raise it. And location where models are stored. Your brain files sit in one folder on your disk that you can open, move, or delete. No hidden anything. Now do the thing from the beginning of this video. Once, for yourself. Turn your Wi-Fi off, all the way off. And ask the question you have been carrying around. The one you would never type into a website. Watch it answer with the internet visibly dead. I keep receipts for why this matters. In my tests, these models read a contract with 4 traps and a blood panel with planted problems, entirely offline, and the good ones caught everything. Same machine, same answers, zero connection. Do this once, and you will never again wonder where your words are going. They are going nowhere. That is the product. One size does not fit all Macs, so here is the honest version of the chart everyone else guesses at. 8 gigabytes of memory. Run Llama 3.2. It is 2 gigabytes, it fits anywhere, it is fast, and you need to know its limit. In my tests, it blessed the single most expensive trap in a contract and called it normal, and it invented a medical problem that was not in the lab report. Use it for drafting and brainstorming. Do not use it for judgment. 16 gigabytes. Gemma 4, 12B, the perfect score. The whole reason this video exists. 24 gigabytes and up. Still, Gemma. The 15 gigabyte Mistral model tied it on quality and runs at half the speed. Bigger is not better. Bigger is just slower. Someone with a 48 gigabyte Mac asked me this exact question yesterday. Even there, I would start with Gemma and spend the extra memory on longer documents, not a bigger badge. And the one mistake that actually hurts, never pull a model bigger than your memory. I tried a 21 gigabyte model on this 24 gigabyte Mac 2 weeks ago, and it froze the machine solid. I had to hold the power button. If a model barely fits, it does not fit. Real talk. 90% of you watching haven't subscribed. On Facebook, subscribe is the supporter button. That is what keeps the lights on here. On YouTube, it's free, and it tells the algorithm to send you more. Subscribe to support us. Here is your homework, and it is the fun kind. 3 things to try tonight before you trust it with anything real. Paste a contract you already signed and ask it to find every clause that favors the other side. Paste lab results you already discussed with your doctor and ask for a plain English explanation. It prepares better questions. It does not replace the appointment. And ask it the money question you keep avoiding. All 3 prompts, word for word, are in the free PDF, the Unplug Kit, along with the setup card and the model table for every Mac. Comment the word unplug, that is UNPLUG, and I will send it to you. If you are just getting started with AI tools and want the step-by-step beginner playbooks, those are linked below too. From tonight, the questions you whisper get answered at home. Your files stay in your house. The subscription is optional now. And one more thing about this brain sitting on your disk. It can see. But that experiment is already running.